Hey guys, Chris here for RoofWebs. Today we're going to do an introduction into logging into the back end of your website that you've purchased from RoofWebs and how to do that. The very first step involved is going to mozilla.org, MOZILL.org. When you're working in the back end of your website, you only want to use Mozilla web browser. It's free. It's very simple to install. Just download it from Mozilla. It's more of a developer's browser, and it doesn't leave entries in the database that can actually damage it. We do not recommend that you use Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or any of those. You use Mozilla Firefox. Click on this green button. It will install it for you, and again, there's no cost. Now, I have Mozilla installed already, so we don't need that. We'll just go to, now this is the front end of the RoofWebs bronze sample. Yours may or may not look a little different than this, depending on which one you purchased, but working in the back end is very similar regardless of which one of the sites you have. So what we're going to do, and you notice up here the bronze.roofwebs.com, so you would put your domain name. To reach the back end in the administrative area, you're going to type in your domain name, .com or .org or .net/administrator. Now here you'll see it says index.php. You don't need to type that in, just the administrator part. Make sure you're spelling it correctly. Click enter and it'll bring up this page, the Joomla administration login. Now you're going to type in your username and password into these fields, the password, and click enter or click the login button here, and it'll bring you into the main control panel. Now again, yours may look a little different than this one, but not so far or not so different that you won't be able to recognize it. Now, number one thing, you're probably going to see that in this box down here it says updates are available. We do not recommend that you update your own site. If you're on our hosting and there are any future security updates that are absolutely critical, we'll log into every single user's site, do those security updates, and take care of that for you. Sometimes the components are updated prior to when they should be, and we always test them before we recommend that you install those. So you'll want to check with us and see if that's something that you should do. Now, in the administrative section, we're going to go over where a few things are here before we move on to the next video. If you hover over all of these drop-down menus, there are lots and lots of different options. All of your users that can log into the back of the site are here. The global configuration of your website is here. Any menus that are involved, and content. Now, any page that is associated with your website is called an article. So therefore you have an article manager. So if we click on this article manager, it's actually going to take us to a list of pages. Now yours probably won't have all of the same pages that this one does because we customized it for your company. So you're going to see a list of the articles that are here. Now when you click into certain ones of these articles, you'll notice that the name on the name of the title of the article is actually, it corresponds with the front end of the website as well. So if we go back to the front end and we click the About page, we'll let that load. Back here, we click on the About page as well. Go back to the front, you'll see that the content about XXX Roofing, because we renamed that page, we know to rename that page. Yours isn't going to look the same, but you'll have the same information in the back end about XXX Roofing, and then the same items are actually listed, and this is your content for that page or article. So we'll get into a little more where articles are concerned excuse me, as we move along. We'll go ahead and close out of this one. Now, you also have other things like components and extensions. The components and extensions are advanced tutorials. Those will come down the road. I don't recommend that you just play around with any of these because they can severely damage the website. So anything under components and extensions, and the same holds true for menus as well. you can lose some of your menu items and things like that. So just leave these alone until you're really sure what they do and have taken some advanced tutorials on that. And with that, I think we've pretty much covered. There's one more thing here. In order to log out of your site, highly recommend that you actually click the log out button. When you do, it'll take you back to your domain name /administrator where you can log in again in the future. Remember, absolutely save any work that you have done while you're in there, and we'll get to actually working in the content or articles in the next video. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, certainly shoot us an email at sales@roofwebs.com or give us a call at 800-761-3560.